5 recipes, 1 epic Sunday, and a whole lot of taste testing. I'm diving headfirst into this book, Taste of Home's Family Farmhouse Dinners, to see if these down-home dishes will win over my family. We're going to be doing everything from fried chicken all the way to macaroni and cheese. And then for dessert, we're doing a bonus blueberry strudel from this book, The Cake Mix Doctor. So, are you ready for a bunch of deliciousness? I am, so let's get started. For dessert, we're going to use the Cake Mix Doctor book, and we're going to be making her blueberry strudel coffee cake. So for the ingredients, we have half a cup of chopped pecans, 1/4 cup of lightly packed brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of melted butter. I'll melt that in just a minute. 1 package of yellow cake mix, 8 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature. Mine is not quite at room temperature, so I'll have to warm this one up a little bit. Vegetable oil, half a cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 cup of milk, 3 large eggs, and 1.5 cups of fresh blueberries. So the first part of the instructions is to preheat our oven to 350 and to get a 13 by 9 pan lightly sprayed. I've already done that. My pan is over here, waiting. So next we'll go ahead and start on the strudel. Chopped pecans, lightly browned. For the strudel, we need the chopped pecans, the brown sugar, the butter, and some cinnamon, which I didn't mention that. So we have a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. So we're gonna mix all that in this bowl. I'm almost out of this, but I'm pretty sure this is a 1/2. Scraping the bottom here. There we go. All right, let me get this melted. Okay, got my butter melted, so now we're just gonna mix that in there and get all this mixed up together. And the next part of the instruction is to place our cake mix, cream cheese, oil, milk, eggs into a large mixing bowl. Blend with an electric mixer on low for 1 minute. Stop the machine and scrape down the sides of the bowl with the rubber spatula. Increase the speed of the mixer to 2 minutes more, scraping down the sides if needed. The batter should look thick and well blended. Then we'll pour the batter into the prepared pan, smoothing it out with a rubber spatula, scattering the blueberries on the top. Drop our strudel mixture by the spoonfuls, and we place it in the oven. So basically everything else is going in here except for the blueberries. So let's do that. Get our sugar, get our oil, the cream cheese. I warmed that up a little bit, so hopefully it's warm enough. And my towel. Quick mix. milk, eggs. Three of those. Okay, now I just need my mixer. Hold on. All right. It's my oldie but a goodie. Let's see if it works. Okay, so that was the 2 minutes. So now we're ready to put this into our pan. And like I said, I already got that greased, so let me get this out of the way. Pour that in. And this is thick. Thick. Like, look at that. Alright, so smooth this out with the spatula. Dang. Okay. I feel like that's pretty good. We put our blueberries in there. Oh, it looks so pretty with that yellow. Kind of a cream color with the blue from the blueberries. Alright, and then we're just going to, she says, we're going to drop strudel mixture by teaspoonful over the blueberries. Alright, there's one. I guess I don't have to count this, I'm just spooning it out. All these goodies. There we go. All right, so now this is going to go into the oven and bake for 45 to 47 minutes. So this is what it looks like. What do you think? I think it's pretty. I think it's real pretty. Oven was already preheated, so we're already sitting at 350, so we'll just start the timer. Strudel just went off, so let's take a look. Ooh. Okay. Let's do a check. It's coming out clean, but that one is not. Well, I don't know if that's the strudel. Looks like the cake is good. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it and let it cool. Worst case, I guess we'll have some what am I trying to say? Like pudding in the middle of it. take a look. Get that off. Let's see here. Looks pretty good. Let's make some Southern Buttermilk biscuits. Here's what we got. Oh. I totally didn't get the recording of the mixing and the cutting of the butter. Looked at this, and my second camera apparently didn't start it. So let me go over what we've done. I took our recipe for Southern Buttermilk biscuits, which was cubed butter, 2 cups of self-rising flour, some buttermilk. I mixed it, well, I cut the butter in first and then I moistened with the buttermilk. Now I'm combining it and I'm about to roll it out onto the surface. So now you're all caught up.
Okay.
Okay. Supposed to make 8 biscuits. Two. 3. 4. 5. 3. Supposed to get 3 more out of here. This one looks a little bit better. Dough's not as dry as it was on that first 5. I might have misunderstood these directions, but I really felt like I might have messed up that first half. So some of these biscuits are going to fall apart, and I'm getting more than 8. But maybe this will make up for the crumbling, the 5 that are going to crumble. Alright, so this is what we're working with. This one here is like really dry. These are really dry, and these started getting better. Let's see. And then remember that the oven is at 425. We're going to bake it for 11 to 13 minutes, and hopefully they come out good. All right, 11 minutes. We'll come back. Biscuits just finished. Let's get those checked out. Let's see. Oh, yeah. These look pretty good. They're golden. They still look kind of like drop biscuits to me, but I guess they'll be okay. And then the last part is to brush with butter. So let's do that. Okay, so because I realized that I forgot to hit record while I was mixing all this stuff, I wanted to re-show you the actual cookbook and the recipe. So we're going to the Southern Buttermilk Biscuits. Oh, darn it. Getting my book already dirty. Okay, so it was a half a cup of cold butter. Let me turn that so you can see it. Half a cup of cold butter, 2 cups of self-rising flour, and 3/4 cup of buttermilk. And I was to, in a large bowl, cut the butter into the flour till it resembles coarse crumbs. And I came to the point where I didn't really know if I was looking at coarse crumbs or not, but I went with it. And then I stirred in the buttermilk just to moisten, which when I turned it out onto the floured surface, it was still dry. But I guess the proof will be in the pudding once we do a taste test. Next up, we're going to be doing our smoked macaroni and cheese from A Taste of Home's cookbook here, and this one's a little more involved. We're going to have 6 cups of small pasta cooked accordingly to the directions for al dente. So I've already got those done on the stove, and I'm sorry, I already have them done, and I've rinsed everything and I have them setting on the side ready for the next step. We're gonna have 12 ounces of Velveeta, 2 cups of shredded smoked cheddar cheese divided, so a cup each, a cup of shredded cheddar cheese, 1 cup of milk, 4 large eggs, lightly beaten, 3/4 cup, of heavy whipping cream, 2/3 cup of half and half, a half a cup of shredded provolone, which I couldn't find shredded provolone, like pre-shredded, and I don't know if there was a block of provolone somewhere in the grocery store, but I did not see it, so I ended up with sliced provolone, and then I cut that up and used that as shredded, so we'll see how that works. And then we're supposed to have some shredded pepper jack. I totally blanked out and did not get any pepper jack. I ended up using, grabbing mozzarella. So I'm gonna use it and see what it does. Let's try it. We got salt, pepper, smoked paprika, and then liquid smoke with a little bit of bacon. So let's get started on that. So first up, we have to have our, which this is supposed to be done. This is supposed to be done, excuse me. You can do this on a grill or a smoker as long as it's at 350. I'm gonna do it in the oven because I don't have that stuff ready. So first thing first was to cook the pasta al dente. I've done that. And then we're gonna transfer that into a bowl and start mixing in our cheeses. Okay, I'm so disorganized right now, so trying to do 5 dishes for 1 meal and then time everything correctly is kind of a challenge. So right here we have our pasta. Get that in there. Ooh, that's hot. I feel dumb grabbing that. See, I'm telling you, I'm not feeling it. All right, so Velveeta. So it'll start the melting. Okay. I feel like this is a job for a spatula. So stir that in, it says. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me read this off again. Got the Velveeta in there. We're gonna put 2 cups of smoked cheddar in there. That's this, but we're only putting in 1 cup. So I got about a cup of that. And then cheddar cheese. So I ended up doing cheddar cheese was 1 cup, half a cup of Colby Jack, and then a half a cup of the provolone. So, and here's the provolone. I just sliced up off from the slices. All right. And then to get the liquids in, that was 1 cup of milk. Okay. This was 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. And then 2/3 cup of half and half. And then this was the mozzarella. Okay. So I need to get my eggs. Four large eggs. These are supposed to be lightly beaten, so I'll put these in a separate bowl to beat. Whew, just got that out of the washer. It's hot. It's hot, that's hot. I want it to cook my eggs. One, two, three, woo, and 4. Okay, now just beat these lightly. That looks lightly to me. Okay. Put that in there. Keep mixing, keep mixing. So this is gonna make two 13 by 9 pans. We ain't gonna eat all that. So I'm going to try to freeze part of this. Get my spoons. Okay, so for our seasonings, we're going to do 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke. And for some reason I have the 4th teaspoon right now, so I'll do 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, I feel like probably have a little extra in there, but it'll be fine. Okay, and then it's a teaspoon of salt. So 2 of these, since we're still using the quarter. I'm gonna do this over here so I don't get extra. 1, 2. Pepper. It's also 1/2 teaspoon. 1, 2. And then paprika, smoked paprika. I can't get this lid off, like, I don't know if you can see, like I had to stab it to get this. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it in there. It's supposed to be 1/2 teaspoon as well. Right? Yeah, 1/2 teaspoon. And then I think it's optional, but just a dash. A dash. Alright, and we're mixing. So we'll use the rest of the smoked cheddar to sprinkle on top once we get it added to the pans. And even though I want this to look good to my family for our fancy dinner, I'm just going to use some aluminum foil, like some of these pre little pans. Let's see, do we need to bake? Yep, grease, and then sprinkle, and then we're going to cook it for 20 minutes. So let's get this sprayed. I do have the oven preheated, thank goodness. So now I just have to divide this. This will be fun. Let's get both of these sprayed. So these are not 9x13. You probably can tell these are a little bit smaller, but they hold the same content amount, volume amount, I guess is a way to say it. So let's see how we do here. Okay. All right, smoked. So probably about 1/2 cup on each. Okay, now we'll put these in the oven for 20 minutes at 350. All right, I've got that started. I'll bring you back once we're pulling it out of the oven. Next up, traditional mashed potatoes. What kind of a Sunday family dinner meal would there be without mashed potatoes? So this is what we're looking at. Did it again. I started filming. I started one camera, but I didn't start the other camera, and now I have a bowl full of potatoes and you have no idea what I just did. Well, I explained it to you, but I did not show you. Anyway, so I have my potatoes. Let me show you the recipe again. Six potatoes boiled, it's supposed to be tender, with 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream, 1/4 cup of butter, and then salt and pepper. I have mixed it all together, and now I'm trying to mash this up, and it is not mashing very well. Masher, but I'm gonna try this. Okay, definitely needed to cook the potatoes longer, but I mean, they don't look bad. All right, so just salt and pepper now. And I am going to do that to taste. Salt, pepper. So I will say the biggest change or the difference with these mashed potatoes and what I usually do for mashed potatoes is that this is using heavy whipping cream instead of just regular old milk. It's definitely richer. That's good. That's really good. All right, now, final dish, fried chicken. I'll bring you back in just a minute. All right, y'all, we're gonna be working on this fried chicken now. It is the best ever fried chicken. So it says. Okay, so first we're going to do, in the shallow dish, we're going to do the flour and the seasonings, and then in this dish we're going to do the liquid stuff. We're going to mix that up, and then we'll be dipping our chicken here, and here, and here, and here. Have another measuring cup. Okay. And then we need a tablespoon of thyme. Okay. 1 tablespoon. And then we're also going to do a tablespoon of the paprika. Okay, so we got the thyme, the paprika, and then we need to add the garlic powder, which was 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, and then we need salt and pepper, so 2 of these. Ooh, that's all right. I don't mind a little extra garlic. Salt. This was 2 teaspoons also. And 2, and then the pepper was just 1 teaspoon. That's it. All that out of the way. Mix this. So the other thing is this this recipe requires or lists fryer chicken, and I'm going to use skinless, boneless chicken thighs. Alright, now we're going to do the wet ingredients, which was our 1/3 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, shake that up a little bit. I wonder what the lemon juice does. I guess we're about to find out. And then the egg. Mix all this up. And it says we're going to dip the chicken in the flour to coat all sides, shake off the excess, and then dip it in the egg mixture, and then back into the flour mixture. Okay. Usually I do egg. Maybe I've just been doing it wrong this whole time, which is not too far-fetched. So here is the chicken. And get that in here. Running out of room. Hold on. Smooth this over. Okay, so flour first, then the egg, and then back. Now I need another tray. plate for the chicken that is ready for the... Okay. Alright, so chicken into the flour first. Okay. Go all around. And then it says shake off the excess. And then dip into the egg. Okay, and then back into the flour. And that's done. Okay, one last dish. Kale Caesar salad, where we've got 4 cups of chopped kale, 4 cups of torn romaine lettuce. We have our Caesar seasoned croutons, Parmesan cheese. Let me grab that. Right there. And mayonnaise. I don't even know if you can see that, but there it is. And then we have lemon juice, Worcestershire, honey Dijon, anchovy paste. This is a new one for me. I've never used that. Garlic, and then salt and pepper. So instructions say basically combine all the ingredients, the dry ingredients. So both salads or lettuces, croutons and cheese, and then for the dressing we'll make on the side. So let's do that, and then we'll use this bowl for the dressing. Get all that out of there. Okay. And then the cheese. Parmesan cheese. Okay. I guess I should have told you that I've already washed and spun down that lettuce, so that's why we're already done there. Oh, croutons. I forgot to throw in the croutons. Put those in there. Okay. Alright, and then we gotta get our mayonnaise. Mayonnaise. This was a half a cup of the mayonnaise. I'm making a mess. Okay. Half a cup of mayonnaise, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. 1 and 2. Got a little squirrely on me. 1 tablespoon of Dijon or Worcestershire. Let me check my chicken real quick. I think we're good there for just a little bit. And then we have 2 teaspoons of Dijon. It's this one. I think this one might be a little easier to get it out of. There's 1. And 2. Okay. 2 teaspoons of anchovy paste. That looks gross. I guess it's no different than the Dijon, but alright. And then 1 garlic. 1 tablespoon. Okay. Let me get my chicken real quick. Alright, and then salt and pepper. Mix this up. That came together pretty quick. Then just throw this on. Excuse me. Then we'll just throw this on the salad, which I'll wait until we're ready to plate because I don't want it to get soggy. I do want to taste it though. Definitely tastes like Caesar. It's very tart. A little bit of the Parmesan taste, the cheese taste. Whoops. I totally missed my mouth. Alright. I will bring it back once I have it plated. It's the next morning after our 6-dish meal from last night, and I have a review for you guys. So for the smoked mac and cheese, my family gave it a 4 out of 4 and that they would eat it again. I actually saved that second pan and I put it in the freezer to see how well it freezes. I'll bring you guys back for an update on that once I bring that out of the freezer and we eat it again. The mashed potatoes, traditional mashed potatoes, not much to it. It was just like mashed potatoes I make every time. The only difference was in that recipe it used heavy whipping cream or whole milk, which I used heavy whipping cream, and it gave it a much richer texture, creamier. It was just really good. My family gave it a 3 out of 4. My youngest, he does not like mashed potatoes of any kind, so I don't know that that changed his mind on them. The kale Caesar salad, 3 out of 4 of my family members liked it. Again, my youngest, he is 10. Yes, he's 10, and he did not like the sour taste of it. He's usually my vegetable eater too, but it was too tart for him, which is traditional for a Caesar salad. Everybody else loved it. It was tangy. The homemade dressing was creamy. It was enough to cover the salad, but not saturate it. It was really good. Couldn't tell the difference in kale or the romaine lettuce. Like, it did a good blend on that. Which is the first time I've actually had a kale salad, so I was interested to see that. Very good. And then we had, next up was the Southern Buttermilk biscuit. My family gave that a 4 out of 4 of my family members enjoyed that. I've made buttermilk biscuits before, but this one had a different texture for some reason. It was better. It was fluffier, and then the butter on top gave it that nice salty crispiness on the top of it. It was good. Then we had the chicken. So for the chicken, I used chicken thighs instead of traditional bone-in quartered chicken. The family liked the batter and the flavor of it. They had problems with the texture, so only 2 out of 4 of us enjoyed it. I do think I'll try it again because I don't think it's the fault of the recipe. I think it's the fault of the meat selection that I used. I do think I would try it again, maybe with the chicken tenders, or even go ahead and do thin chicken breast. I personally don't like bone-in chicken. I just have a thing with trying to chew meat off of a bone, but that's just a me thing. So I try to use meat that doesn't have bone in it, or that the meat will fall off of the bone before I have to actually chew it off. So I don't think I'll ever do the fried chicken on the bone, but I do think I'll try this again. But for now, the score for this recipe is going to be, I'm sorry, I said 2 out of 4. It was only 1 out of 4. So only my oldest son liked it enough that he would eat it again. And then we did the bonus recipe from the Cake Mix Doctor's book, the blueberry strudel, and my family gave it a 2 out of 4. My youngest, again, doesn't like the blueberries, and he kind of had he was kind of weird about the texture of the crunch on the top from the actual strudel, so the pecans, the sugar, and then with the blueberries. My oldest loved it, said he would eat it again. He's actually already been back into the pan and has helped himself. My husband's not a real big sweet person. Not that this was a very sweet dish. Actually, I thought it was very mild. It didn't, it wasn't too sweet, too rich. But the bread with the cream cheese and stuff kind of gave it more of like a pudding texture, a bread pudding texture. Anyway, he wasn't crazy about it. He's just not crazy about sweets in general. I think it would take a lot for me to get him to like it. Maybe some peanut butter cookies would be more up his alley. But I liked it. I thought it was really good. I probably would make it again for like a potluck. So its score right now is a 2 out of 4. Takeaways from this adventure is that 6 recipes in one afternoon is way too much. I ended up trying, because I had the 2 cameras, and I ended up not starting one or not having the audio on. So hopefully I get through this video and you can actually understand what's going on. So things for improvement, not so many recipes at one time, and then making sure that I'm taking my time between each recipe, that I turn on all of my equipment. I also think for the scoring metrics, instead of reading off my family's input, I will record their audio of them giving me their score for each of the items. They don't want to be on camera, and to respect their privacy, I won't do that. But I think if I can record the audio of them giving the score and just do kind of like a visual of the dish, which is another thing that I didn't get to, is I didn't get to get photos or videos of the plated items. So you just got a run of it all spread out in the buffet. So I want to do better for that, so you can get the full picture of what we're actually eating. So things for improvement, but I'm glad that you hung out with me, and I'll see you in the next recipe.